happening. So it's a pretty large investment in that regard.
LAX. There is a lot happening in LAX. These ladies
A little bit.
tell us more about it, but we have the construction happening not only within all the terminals at LAX, but you also have the people mover system that will go from essentially the 405 freeway into the airport, connecting for the first time public transportation with our airport. Very exciting. We also have a consolidated rental car facility, 2 intermodal transportation facilities, a lot, billions of dollars of construction happening in LAX. That's why Ryan's so happy sitting in the corner.
I think the number was $14 billion. I think we're talking about roughly in that investment.
Yeah. We also have our neighbors to the east, Inglewood, not El Segundo, and the City of Champions restoration with the development of the stadium, retail, really creating an entertainment mecca, Hollywood Park. In Inglewood, just our neighbors to the east. So a lot happening. So how is our chamber playing a role, and what are we doing to connect our local businesses? Because that's what we are. We connect people and build relationships. So I'm going to walk through our committees, and all of this can be found online. How many of you are on our email blast that goes out every Wednesday? All right. If you would like to know, we send out every Wednesday an email blast that just says, here's what's coming up this week, here's what's happening in the month. We try not to inundate you with too many emails, but you will get a weekly email as well as a monthly email just recapping the month. If you would like to be included on that email, please see Judith before you leave. She'd be happy to add you. Otherwise, our website is dynamic. You can always go to our website and we'll always tell you the most current and relevant information happening at the chamber. So our public policy is really our advocacy group. It's the only advocacy arm of our chamber. At that meeting, we'll talk about federal, state, local issues. We, as a chamber, were very vocal in the opposition to the Playa del Rey Road Diet, where lanes were taken away. It was really affecting traffic in our communities, hurting the businesses down in Lower Playa del Rey, as well as the businesses commuting through the area. So we were very instrumental in working with council and wanting to get that road reversal. We've taken positions in support of LAX and their development and growth. This is the committee where all of those happen. Your voice really does matter. It's usually a group of anywhere from 10 to 25 people. We bring in our legislators in the photograph here. That's our Senator Bennett Allen. We have Senator Dianne Feinstein has come to the chamber to address us. And it's really where we talk about policy and we make recommendations to the executive board and the full board of directors, which become the position of the Chamber of Commerce. Our education committee, and we have Gwen here, who's the chair of the education committee. She's chaired the education committee for many years, on and off. Gwen, you want to talk about your committee really quick?
We work with approximately 22 public and private schools in the community. And we meet once a month with the principals of all those schools except in the summertime. And I think the biggest thing I'm proud about is that it's hard to get principals off their campuses and to come to a meeting. But we have found the success in that, and we do get them here for 1 hour on the first Friday of each month from 8 to 9. And we go over what's happening in the community, what's happening in our schools, what's going on with them, what are we doing, how can we partner. We have a couple of special events we do with the schools, and one of them being in May, we have a big what we call an Academy Awards night for our teachers. It's called the Teacher Eddie Awards, and all of our schools, we create the venue and the event, and all of our schools have the opportunity to send a teacher, what they call their Teacher of the Year, to feel very special. We work a lot. I didn't mention another hat I wear, and that is I'm president of the Playa Venice Sunrise Rotary Club, and we have many education programs in Rotary, and we partner with the Chamber of Commerce on a lot of them to do with school expos and
Mini grants,
teacher mini grants, and we just gave out $17,000 in grants to classroom teachers last Wednesday at our Rotary Club meeting. So it's just a great committee. If you care about kids and education and schools and teachers and principals, it's a very dynamic committee that's been going on for a number of years, and I encourage you to come anytime you like and check us out. Thank you.
Thanks, Gwen.
Binge. You want to talk about binge?
Binge networking, something we started about 2-3 years ago, and what we wanted to do was kind of change the monotony of networking. A lot of times you've kind of gone to a networking event and you've kind of gone and you did the business card thing and you walked away not really knowing if you had an impact or not. So what we want to do is we put you guys in groups and we talk and give you certain topics, right? We'll talk about everything from how do you feel about the current political atmosphere in LA to how was your summer vacation. What we're looking to do is kind of get more personal with people, and then towards the end, we try to make sure that we create an area that you guys can actually network effectively once you've broken down that personal barrier and connected personally. So that's every fourth Tuesday of the month, roughly. It goes for about an hour. It's very, very fun. Last time we did, we actually had a hula hoop presentation, which was actually something that was unplanned. So you never
know what's going to happen.
So I encourage you to attend if you're curious about it. But it's a great program. It's real fun in the morning, so come on out when you see it on the calendar.
Our LAX Coastal YPs and our incoming chairman, Ryan, started this in 2009. This is really our opportunity to engage frontline, newer professionals that really maybe aren't as used to getting involved and try to find fun things for them to do. We try to split it up into 3 sections. We do philanthropy, we do fun, and we do educational training. So we might have a speaker come in about going back to school or how to get your first home loan or things of that nature. So the YPs are really our frontline entry point. You do not have to be a member of the chamber to participate in our young professional group. It's really a way to encourage our newer leaders in the community.
So if you had employees that are younger that want to kind of get involved in the community, send them to this particular forum as well. Our current chair was a YP. Our next chair was a YP. So it's really a great onboarding program for leadership.
Define young.
Young and young at
Young
heart.
and heart. Young at heart. Legally, young at heart. Yeah. So.
Lifestyle?
Lifestyle. So leave it to me to create a women's group. So we started this a couple of years ago because I was actually. There are so many women-focused companies, especially in Marina, right? Nail salons and hair stuff, and I felt a little uncomfortable kind of walking.
We only do hair and nails.
Thanks, Kirby.
Yeah.
My boss is a lady too, so yeah.
Get yourself out of this hole.
right. So I wanted to create a forum where women in business could have their own thing to kind of really talk and engage and talk about issues that are influencing them. It's probably one of our strongest committees that we started a couple of years ago. We have great chairs. Our next meeting is actually this coming Thursday morning at 8 o'clock in the morning if you can make it. It's very, very fun. I won't get into the depth they talk about because I'm always in a corner with my mouth closed, kind of watching.
He's learned more about hormones than any man that knows.
Any man should know. But I'm very in touch with all sides of me right now. I'm very interested. But check it out. It's a very, very fun group. Great networking. Great friendships have been developed in that group. So I'm very, very proud of that.
Wonderful.
Also an award-winning committee.
An award-winning
committee. Absolutely.
Marina Affairs. I'll let you talk about
Marina
that.
Affairs. So in 1999, we absorbed the Marina Del Rey Chamber of Commerce. So we always wanted to make sure that we had a forum reserved for the marina. So this actual committee meets quarterly, talking about issues regarding what's happening in the marina. So as Christina mentioned earlier, we had a presentation regarding the Pier 44 project. Also in that committee, we have updates from everything from CVB to the Sheriff's Department to the county, kind of talking about what's happening and what's going on within that particular ecosystem that we call Marina Del Rey. So if you have an interest in kind of getting more involved in that particular area, please commit to that meeting quarterly.
And then a new committee that we just launched is the construction and infrastructure. As you saw, there's a lot of things happening, both public and private development. And so construction and infrastructure is also a new committee that we're launching.
Construction and infrastructure, yet another something that Ryan is also helping me kind of put together. You want to talk a little bit about it as well?
Sure. As Christina was mentioning earlier, there's just a lot going on in our area. So we figured with industries like my own that are involved in transportation and whatnot that and we've had a large influx of companies that are builders, that are contractors, and so we just wanted to have a place in which we got together and talk about all the happenings that are going on. So even regardless of whether you're in the industry and you just like to know whether or what is about to be built here in the area, whether it's the airport or something with the Hyperion plant or what's happening on Lincoln, whatever it may be, We pretty much try to talk about it during this group, so.
Yeah, so it's LAX projects, we've had Metro come out, City of LA has come out, do presentations, so if you have an interest in anything that's being built, we'd love to have you. And also, we want you guys to also contribute as well. If you have things that are coming up that you kind of want to input on or kind of want to present, we welcome that form as well.
Awesome. Fire, Kelly, you want to talk about the fire committee?
Sure.
This is our newest committee.
So we're just starting it out, and it's finance and, I still have to look at it so that I know what I'm talking about. Finance, investment, and real estate. And what we are working on is getting to know the community as a whole better, because this particular area kind of, I don't want to say gets lost in the shuffle, but they interact amongst themselves, and this is a way for us to bring all three together so that they can better work with one another and understand each other's position and see how they can, get to, part of what they were talking about is, hey, what's happening, with us putting up an awning? Why does it take us 6 months to put up an awning, Or why can't we get government to do things a little bit faster? So we're trying to not only work with the larger firms, we're also trying to work with the smaller companies so that we can get things to be passed faster, so that we can work with the homing real estate as well. So
Right.
So I see this as an advocacy, information sharing, and networking committee, specific for this industry. So, yeah, we had our first meeting, it was great, we had great attendance, and we plan to launch our next meeting sometime in March.
Probably March.
Probably with a presentation, we're actually gonna reach out to you guys. Just so you know.
So LAX, city planning, Inglewood, kind of trying to share information about the vision of what's happening in the area for people working in independent finance, commercial real estate and development, trying to figure out how we can add value to those industries.
You guys just validated what I said.
Something new, I know.
I said this chamber stays up with the times, and see, I didn't even know about this.
Well, we haven't really. It's our
It's
first
new.
meeting is coming up, so we had our first real round table, first real brainstorming. It's been on our books to launch for the last couple of months.
And I'll tell you what it takes
yeah.
to get it to launch. When we were in a meeting talking, I said, I really want to do this fire thing, but I have no clue about real estate, and I don't know about any of that stuff. And Todd the Plant, who's with CBRE, just raised his hand. He said, I'd like to take it over. And I was like, awesome.
Right.
And so he's taking the lead on that and really assisting us, because in order for us to jump into your industry, I have to understand it.
Right.
It takes a long time for us to ramp up to be able to understand it. So if I get all the great brains in the room and tell me sort of what's happening, we can develop a program around it. And the volunteers' involvement is critical to our success.
What was the last word of that? It's
Investment in real estate. Finance, investment in real estate. Okay, ways to be involved. City of Angels is an event where we honor people that have made significant contributions to the city of Los Angeles. We've honored Tommy Lasorda, UC Supervisor Ridley Thomas. We have the former head of the Business Journal, Jim Collins, Andy Roser from the Lakers. We have the head of Coca-Cola, YouTube Space, City Councilman Mitch Englander, Javier Cano, General Cooling from Boeing. So we try to honor people that have made significant differences to the business climate of Los Angeles. We do this annually. It is supposed to happen in the spring of each year. We are working currently on planning this event, and we usually have an attendance of 200 and 250 people. There is a VIP event for those that want to meet the honorees and spend some quality time with them. So more information will be coming out on this particular event, but this is the event we do in the spring of each year. Teacher Eddie Awards, which Gwen touched on. This is our chance to have an Oscar night for our teachers. We have many schools participating. You can see that one of the teachers going to accept our award. They just love this event. They don't really get out in the community as an education community with all of their peers in their industry and celebrate education. And this is the way the Chamber facilitates it. We put the event on, and we have the schools bring all the people. And this event usually brings anywhere from 400 to 500 people. Our Chamberfest Expo, those of you that like to get out in front of your customer, we create a venue for you to do that at the Playa Vista Center Point Club, and we make it really fun. We've had the pups there, we have a taste of section, Tony P brings out his Mai Tais. We have music. It really is a really fun event where we
It's
engage.
very,
the
very
community.
light alcoholic beverages. Very, very light. Extremely light.
We're a chamber of commerce. Anyway, it's a really fun event. It happens every year in late June so that we get great weather and we bring the people from all over the community to come out and support your businesses. So if you're interested in that event, more will be coming out on that. Our installation gala will actually happen on June the 9th. We'll install Ryan Gales as our chairman of the board. Last year we had Carol Costello, HLN, as the installing officer. We've had Mike Bonin as installing officer. This is Herb Kelleher and Colleen from Southwest Airlines as installing officers. And this is really our opportunity to let our hair down and enjoy a fantastic year, celebrate the new leadership of our chamber. And we do it on the top floor of the Marina Del Rey Marriott in the baby room, which is a beautiful facility. And we just party. That's what we do. Every year we put on the largest community event, the 4th of July parade. We usually have about 50 entries from schools to local businesses, nonprofits. We get great grand marshals. Gwen is the chair of that and has been since its inception. It happens on July the 4th, Monday at 11 a.m. And it really is a fantastic community event where you'll just see a sea of red, white, and blue celebrating our country. So it's fabulous. It goes from Manchester on Loyola Boulevard all the way to LMU. Very fun event. And our Elks are always participating in that. We also do an event called the Protectors Luncheon where we honor our local police, fire, sheriffs, CHP, Coast Guards. We've had great speakers this last year. We had Kevin Demhoff, the COO of the Los Angeles Rams, as our speaker. We've had Magic Johnson. It's our chance to thank our protectors for serving every single day and keeping us safe. The business community comes out. We sit the protectors with our business community so they can get to know each other. And our businesses are always so incredibly generous. Every protector walks away with a gift, whether it's a $25 gift card from Tony P's Dockside Grill, or the CVB always puts together a fantastic gift basket. Howard Pollack of Rainbow Acres on Washington Boulevard donates 100,000 airline miles to one of the protectors. I mean, it really is a fantastic event where we really make our protectors feel special. One of our newer events that we've done, you've heard a lot about LAX, but it really is the economic engine of our community. So we've been doing the State of LAX just to keep our business community up to date on what's happening. Our keynote speaker is always the CEO of the airport, Deborah Flint. And we try to bring information on what's happening, where they are with construction projects. They've talked about their strategic plan, their workforce development programs. So we try to do that in November of every year, and that really gives you a high-level overview of what's happening at the airport and allows you to network with people in that industry. All right. I think you're going to have to start talking soon. So these are ways that you can engage. Some of these you don't even have to leave your office to do. One of them is the magazine. So the Chamber puts out a magazine every year. It goes to 17,000 residents in Westchester, Playa del Rey, El Segundo, and Inglewood. Kirby is our publisher and editor of the magazine. She's busy in her office right now, locked behind closed doors, trying to get it done. The focus on this year's magazine is straight down Century Boulevard, everything from LAX all the way to the stadium. As I mentioned to you, there's public investment, but there's also a lot of private investment. We've had 3 hotels going under conversion from office space to hotel on Century Boulevard. Each one of those hotels is going through multi-million-dollar renovations. There is a lot of economic development happening on Century Boulevard, as well as a streetscape plan that will make Century Boulevard incredibly pedestrian friendly. So that will be the story that we're focusing on. In that, as members of the Chamber, you all have a listing. Many of the local residents call us and say, we need our directory, we need to know all the members in the community, the businesses, and so this is their opportunity. We separate you by classification, event planning, real estate, finance, whatever it may be. This is the magazine that comes out. As I said, it says 15,000 distributed. It goes to 17,000 now, and it's usually a 68-page magazine, and I'm very proud of the work that Kirby does. 72 pages.
Actually, no, 76 this year.
76 pages.
Wow.
We're growing.
We're moving up.
Yeah. Advertising is still available for that, but as a member of the Chamber, you're all listed within the magazine without paying a penny. That's just part of your membership. We also do networking events. This, in January of every year, we do an open house so our members can come into the Chamber and see what we have to offer. We try to keep our space looking nice and fresh and fun so that you enjoy coming here. I'm very proud of the space. I go to a lot of chambers of commerce, and we definitely have a very unique space as chambers go. And so we'll have our networking mixer this
Thursday, 6 o'clock.
from 6 to 8, but normally it's at venues. So we'll do it at, Whiskey Reds or at one of the hotels, either in Marina Del Rey or on Century Boulevard. We leave it up to our hospitality community to host the events, and so those will always be on, not always, but usually on the fourth Thursday of every month, anywhere from 5 to 8 p.m., but it's usually a 2-hour window. Leadership Academy, and I have 2 Leadership Academy, actually Gwen's also. How many of you have done Leadership Academy? Raise your hand.
Doing it.
Oh. So Leadership Academy is the program that was created over 10 years ago. This is actually our 11th year, where it allows me to develop my leadership. Chamberlain has said, as when I started with the chamber, we sort of had a lot of the same people on the board, and I was looking for ways to encourage new people to get involved, and Leadership Academy is really the way we do that. It's a partnership with Loyola Marymount University, and to sort of take people through a 7-month, one day every month. And we talk about the airport. And the next Leadership Academy that we're going on, they're going to the Twin Towers.
Take you to jail.
We're taking them to jail. And then we'll take them to the Hyperion plant to learn about the infrastructure. And so it's a really wonderful program. It ends at our installation. We graduate our class. This is them graduating last year at the top. And we do that at our installation gala. They receive certificates of completion from Loyola Marymount University. It is a really wonderful program, and I'm proud to say that we've had over 140 alum of the Leadership Academy program, so I'm very proud of that program. We do for our corporate partners something called the Power Hour, which is high-end executive level networking. We don't allow more than 40 people to attend this. We try to be notable keynote speakers. We've had Chet Pipkin, the head of Belkin. We've had Congressman Liu, Deborah Flint, and this is very small, intimate networking for the corporate and executive members of the chamber. And these are the executive members. So this is anyone that gives at a threshold of $1,100 or higher. So that is something that is available to our members. We also have a co-working space, and you're sitting in it. We just had one of our coworkers walk in wondering why everyone's sitting in the space. This allows our home-based business, our entrepreneurs, our solopreneurs that work out of their house, give them a place to work, to network with other like-minded business professionals. We provide resources and trainings. Kirby handles most of that through Lunch and Learns, which you'll see in our calendar, which isn't in my presentation. So I'll add that for next time. It's just a resource where people sit down, have a cup of coffee, Wi-Fi, and a space to work. And then one of our newest programs, we just have received a $250,000 grant from the state of California to provide workforce improvement training. This is done, will be done with Woodhill Solutions, which is a training program. We just did our first training, which is a human resource training. We will continue to do these trainings. We're actually going to set a calendar for the entire year. If you qualify for these funds, we can do free or very low cost trainings for your business. We can come to your business if you qualify. You have to fill out an application in order to qualify. You have to be approved by the state of California, but it is a wonderful opportunity for those of you trying to develop your workforce. And the intent for this program is to retain California-based businesses. So if you're in construction, technology, you're at the highest end of this, and we would love to talk to you about how we can provide free and low-cost trainings for your business.
All right. Let's give her a round of applause. Okay. So we're a little over right now, but if you have any questions, we'll be free to answer your questions right now. If you have questions, anybody?
Anyone?
Or are we that good?
You're that good.
Say bye really quick.
Goodbye.